Welcome back to Scents with Benefits. Another wonderful Friday, everybody. What's your scent of the day today? I gotta say, this OG fragrance one is on my radar. Date night with the ladies in about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna get through this and I'll tell you about scenting spaces, all right? Now, let me ask you, have you ever walked into a room and thought, wow, this place smells just amazing? Or maybe you've opened your closet and, well, let's just say it's not so pleasant, okay? Yep, we've all been there. I know I have for sure. And today we're going to talk about, as I mentioned before, I think it's pretty cool. It's the art of perfuming spaces. Trust me, it's not as fancy as it sounds. So, why should you care about how your space smells? Well, our noses are like little time machines, okay? One whiff and boom, you're basically transported back in time to your grandma's kitchen, for example, or that beach vacation that you took many years ago. It's crazy how smell can totally change our mood, right? I feel it every day. For me, it's just starting with the coffee, then throughout the day, maybe eating an orange or something like that. It's just amazing. I would like to know what senses trigger your mood changes. Write it in the comments below right now. Just after you sprayed that like button, please. Now, I know what you might be thinking here. Isn't that just about covering up bad smells when you try to scent your home or your space? No, it's way more than that. It's about, in my opinion, creating a vibe, or maybe even going as far as expressing yourself and making your space smell like you or the way you would want to smell. Who knows? All right. How do we get there? Let's get into the nitty gritty here. There are tons of ways to make your space smell awesome. First up, the classic, the no-brainer, okay? Scented candles. Yeah, I know. And I've made some with Fragrance One, but hear me out. Brands like Fragrance One and others like Diptyque, for example, fancy name, I know, they make some seriously good stuff. Okay, I'll link some products here in the video below so you can see them, check them out. But remember with fragrance candles to, blow them off before you crash on the couch or you leave your house or anything like that. I've heard some horror stories, okay? Overall, fragrance candles should be only lit for a few hours at most, okay? Don't leave it on the whole evening, for example. Next up, we have got something a little bit more less dangerous, okay? Reed diffusers. These are great if you're forgetful like me and, for example, can't be trusted with an open flame. You just basically stick these little sticks. I think those are bamboo sticks, if I remember correctly. No, actually, maybe not. Anyway, those little sticks, you've seen them. They stick these sticks into scented oil. And there you go. There's a constant fragrance, no fire hazard, no problem, and it definitely elevates your room. And these can get pretty expensive too, so nothing to laugh about. Just like fragrance candles, there's a huge variety and huge price spectrum, really. Oh, and for all you tech-savvy folks out there, essential oil diffusers are pretty neat as well. They're like tiny scent robots, okay? Basically, they're misting up your room with whatever smell you're into. Lavender for chilling, citrus for a pick-me-up, and so on and so on. Just, you get the idea. I think I've even seen a bacon smell, okay? That would be something for the kitchen maybe, or in the morning. Now, here's a cool thing, okay? There's something called scented ceramics and spheres. These little guys are definitely a great option for small spaces. You could toss one of those, for example, in your gym bag, and suddenly it doesn't smell like, well, a gym bag anymore. Just keep them away from your clothes because they can actually leave stains. So, not that I learned that the hard way or anything like that, okay? And for all of you DIYers out there, try this. Grab a bar of soap. Yep, just regular soap. Stick it in your drawer or maybe, your walk-in closet or something like that, and boom, instant freshness. Okay, works in cars too, by the way. Just maybe don't use your roommate's fancy artisanal soap without asking prior. Okay, trust me on that one. And what's there? What else is there? Oh, there's a pro tip here. Okay, you know these little perfume tester strips that we have all the time? Don't chuck them. Stick them in your books, okay, your desk drawer, wherever you might look into at some point, just to kind of surprise yourself throughout the day, okay? A little surprise sniff here, a little surprise sniff there, a little fancy fragrance coming your way, giving you that little tiny dopamine hit that you smell when you smell your favorite fragrance. Try it out. I think it's kind of fun, and it's definitely a way to keep the mood on going throughout the day. Now, if you're feeling really fancy, you can create a whole scent story in your place. Like have different smells in different rooms. Like I mentioned that bacon smell in the morning, although I prefer real bacon, right? Because then you're about to eat it. I know it sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty fun. And I would like for you to let me know, how should your kitchen smell? How should your bedroom smell? How should your living room smell? Let me know in the comments below. That would be fun to ask. But it's not that complicated, and it can be actually really fun. It's like being the director of your own smell movie, okay? I guess that kind of sounded better in my head than when I said it, but you get the idea, okay? You know what? At the end of the day, it's all about what makes you happy, okay? Maybe you want your place to smell like a pine forest or a bakery or, I don't know, a leather-bound library at this point. The point, however, is that it's your space and your rules. So one thing I can say, however, remember, less is more here as well. Okay, I like to say that often. I am a sissy sprayer, I guess. I'm not about overspraying, and you don't want people walking into your house and feeling like they've been hit by a perfume truck. Okay, start small, see what works for you, and then you just go from there. And hey, by the way, I think I made a video on that before. If you have pets or even kids, you know, maybe even a sensitive nose yourself, just be careful with what you use. And also remember that there are plenty of natural options out there. It doesn't have to be fragrances everywhere, okay? Maybe you just have certain type of plants or some sort of, what do you call it? I'm blanking. Things that smell like these ingredients for food. I just can't remember what it's just blanking right now. Anyway, so you get the point. This is basically what people talk about when they speak about the art of perfuming spaces. It's definitely not rocket science, but I think it can really change the way you feel about your home, maybe even your car, or maybe even that musty old gym locker, right? So why don't you give it a shot? And who knows, you might just become a room scenting expert. Who knows? In this world, you can be an expert on anything. I mean, look at me. I'm a fragrance influencer, right? And there you have it, guys. That's it. So go forth and make your world smell awesome. And remember, if all else fails, there's always pizza. Because who doesn't love the smell of pizza, right? So with that being said, I'm sure you know where the date night's going to be. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.